Welcome to another episode of Play Paladins. Today, I will be doing a guide on Drogoz. Drogoz is currently one of the strongest champions in the game at countering the tank meta. This is because of his fire spit. Firstly, I'll go over Drogoz's skills. His left mouse button is called Rocket Launcher, which does a base damage of 950 damage. You can increase damage by using your thrust, which is your F, which does 30% more damage. This allows you to two-shot squishy enemies, which is very helpful. It is quite difficult to aim with the rocket launcher as it is a slow projectile-based AoE. I recommend aiming at your target's feet, as this guarantees that you'll get some damage. As I'll show you here, if you miss, the damage fall is significant. It is rather difficult to hit your enemy while you just aim at them, whereas if you aim at the feet, you'll have a higher chance of hitting them. It is important to know that this weapon does 200 damage of self-damage. So when you're fighting an enemy, try not to get self-damaged. Next, we'll move on to Drogoz's most important skill, which is Fire Spit. You have to detonate it by shooting it with your normal rocket launcher. This Fire Spit has a knockback effect, and also does 1000 damage. The damage depends on how close the enemy is to the Fire Spit when it explodes. The Fire Spit will automatically detonate when it comes into contact with any surface such as the wall, the floor, shields, or enemies. However, when it comes into contact with enemies, does 150 damage, plus your next couple shots will do bonus damage. However, it is much more efficient to detonate it and do the 1000 damage. A tip I can give you is to launch the spit over shield. That way, you can kill the Ying clones, the barrack turrets, the grok totems that are hiding behind the shield. Next, we'll move on to Drogoz's Q, which is called Salvo. Drogoz preloads all the ammo that he has and fires them in rapid succession, doing 250 damage each. However, against shields, it does 200% damage. However, I would not recommend using it as it's only good against shields, and also, even if you preload all 6 against the enemy, it won't even kill them. So I would recommend not using Salvo. Now we'll move on to Drogoz's F, his movement ability, which is Thrust. This allows him to fly. I'll go over a special trick you can use using his thrust later. Finally, we come to Drogoz's ult, which is probably one of the strongest ones in the game. You can go in any direction with this ult, and it'll do 100% of your enemy's maximum health, so you'll insta-kill. However, if you fight the enemy Fernando who uses his immortal, anyone in his radius will not be able to go below 1500 health. Also, if you hit the Ying illusion, they'll also not die. You'll kill the Ying illusion, so it'll be a wasted ult. Your ult only lasts for 4 seconds, and the best target is the tankier, so you'll be able to kill a more valuable target. The best target for you to hit is a Marco who just ulted, as he has 10 cells and health points. Now, I'll move on to the loadouts. The loadout I'm currently using is the most popular one, with Propel 4, Fuel Tank, Thrill of the Hunt, and Lung Capacity Masterful 4. Masterful 4 is the most important card here. It reduces the fire spit's cooldown by 4 seconds for every champion hit. This card is a must pick for any Drogoz loadout. If you hit at least 2 enemies, you'll be able to shoot again instantly. However, you can only do it twice, as you go into automatic fire spit cooldown after 2 fire spits. Also, Lung Capacity 1, which is quite good, as you can fire a spit, detonate it, and get behind cover and do it again. I find that for a faster speed, such as 100% or 150%, it becomes too fast to hit. The loadout I'd recommend if you're just starting out Drogoz is this one, which is quite similar, except you don't have the lung full capacity. So it's slower, so it means that the fire spit will be easier to hit. The fire spit is the most important tool for Drogoz, so it pays dividends to learn how to use it. It makes it much easier to use if it's slower, so I will learn to use it first before getting lung capacity. Now I'll move on to the tips and tricks of Drogoz. Firstly, the items that Drogoz should buy. You should purchase Wrecker, as he is the anti-tank. You should also purchase Haven or Blast Shields depending on the enemy team. For his healing item, you should purchase Kill to Heal or Life Rip. And for his final item, you guessed it, Morale Boost. Get your ult up more frequently than Fernando and he'll be going down every time. Another tip I can give you is when you're getting chased by enemies and you're on the ground, you can fire spit around the corner and detonate it almost instantly. This will cause them to suffer significant amounts of damage and buys you time for the thrust. When using thrust, press spacebar to go up. Also, as you saw what I just did, was called surfing. You press spacebar just before you fall. Allows you to surf around the ground, which effectively chases enemies and also allows a good escape mechanism. Learning all these and practicing Drogoz will make you an absolutely great player. Drogoz is one of the most difficult champions in the game, but it is also one of the most rewarding. He is also one of the most fun with air control. Champions that you should be wary of as Drogoz are Cassie and Kinessa and Victor, who can snipe you out of the air. Also, Drogoz can fight you in the air extremely well. When you're on the ground, you're very vulnerable, so any champion will give you quite a fight. So, to recap, Fire Spit is Drogoz's main weapon. You should be using it most often. Almost never use Salvo, and learn how to aim from the air for the bonus damage, and practice surfing. Surfing and shooting, one of the funnest and strongest things in the game. This is Play Paladins over and out. Learn, play, repeat.